Happy New Year! Happy New Year! So this is officially the first video that I made in the new year in 2020. And I wanted to talk about the Golden Globes. I'll give you my opinions and predictions on who I think is going to win, because the Golden Globes are Sunday and I didn't even realize that until yesterday, which was the first day of the year. Drama TV series, the nominees are Big Little Lies, The Morning Show, The Crown, Killing Eve, Succession. I didn't see The Morning Show or Killing Eve or The Crown. I started watching The Crown a couple years ago and then just stopped and not interested in The Morning Show. Killing Eve is a show that I keep hearing about and my mother told me to watch it, but I don't care. Neither one of those are going to win anyway. It's going to be Big Little Lies or Succession anyway because it's HBO. And I don't know which one of those I want to win. I want to win because I love both of them probably equally. So Big Little Lies or Succession is my pick. Who I believe is going to win and who should win. I think my eggs are boiling. 1 second. Eggs is in food, not like the eggs in my body. That's my version of backlit the kitchen light. Technically, that's front lit. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat this lollipop that I got at the office that I went to this morning. Supporting actor in a motion picture. Some of the titles are cut off. Anthony Hopkins for The Two Popes. Brad Pitt for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Joe Pesci for The Irishman. Al Pacino for The Irishman, Tom Hanks for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I never saw that. I don't care to see A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Because people keep saying that it's not really about... are you kidding me? Did I forget his name? Mr. Rogers. That it's not really about Reverend Rogers. That it's actually about some guy that's interviewing him. And I don't really care to see it. But that doesn't mean I doubt Hanks' performance. I'm sure he's great in it. It's Hanks. But I don't think he's going to win, and I don't really want him to win. I also don't want Anthony Hopkins to win. I'm sure he's great in The Two Popes. I haven't seen that yet, but I just don't care to see it. I'm sure it's great. There's some things that you know is great or you sure is fine, but you just don't care to watch it. Like, I just don't care. Like the Mary Poppins movie that came out last year or the year before with Emily Blunt. I'm sure it was fine. I just didn't care. How many times have you heard me say that on this channel, that I don't care about certain things? If I'm not acknowledging it, I don't care about it. I don't have to. I really want Joe Pesci to win. I really, really want Joe Pesci to win. And I think he has a good chance of winning. Or Al Pacino. I don't think Brad Pitt's really gonna win over one of them. It could happen. It's the Globes. It's not the Oscars. It could happen. I just really want Joe Pesci to win, but Al Pacino might win. I'm pretty sure Al Pacino's gonna win. Al Pacino won a Globe before for I'm sure many things, but the one that stands out to me the most is Angels in America. I loved him in that. Actress in a musical or comedy. Awkwafina for The Farewell was a comedy? I didn't find it funny. Beanie Fieldstein in Booksmart. Booksmart? I can't talk. I didn't drink any water today. I didn't drink any water yet today. Emma Thompson in Late Night. In Late Night. Why am I adding the? There's not even a the here. What's wrong with me? Kate Blanchett and Where'd You Go, Bernadette. Anna de Armas in Knives Out. I didn't see Knives Out yet. I've been so busy being drunk because I didn't have work till today. I haven't had work in 2 weeks, so I've been busy just hanging out and not watching movies. But I've heard that she's great in Knives Out. I'm sure she ends up being the secret killer at the end. That's why people keep talking about how great she is. Like, she's the character who looks innocent, but deep down she's actually the killer. Like, no one suspects her. Words. Talking. This lollipop is really good and I just want to eat it and not do this video. I'm really relaxed right now. That's why it tastes so good. It's strawberry kiwi. I haven't had I was about to say laptop. I can't talk. I haven't had a lollipop in forever. This is a really good category. This is a lot of talent here. I mean, obviously, that's why they got nominated. Beanie was really funny in Booksmart. Aquafina wasn't funny in Farewell. She was just really good in it. Kate Blanchett is Kate Blanchett, so I'm sure she was good in that movie. I didn't see it. And Emma Thompson is Emma Thompson. I'm sure she was great in that movie. I didn't see it. This is hard for me. Based on the category being musical or comedy, I would give it to Beanie because she was really funny. She's the funniest, I would assume, that's here. But she's not the best actress that's here. So it's like this category is kind of up in the air for me. Really good nominees. I don't know. I only saw two movies that's here, Farewell and Booksmart. I didn't see Knives Out yet. I don't know who's winning in that category. Next category, actor in a musical or comedy. Daniel Craig in Knives Out. Roman Griffin Davis in Jojo Rabbit. Taron Egerton in Rocket Man. Eddie Murphy in Dolomite Is My Name. Holy shit. Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Holy shit. Why am I doing this video? I can't predict any of this. I don't know. Why is everyone great in this category? I don't know. I literally don't know. Fuck it. I'm just going to pick somebody. Daniel Craig. There you go. Fuck, but Taron Egerton was really good in Rock. Everybody was really... I'm moving on. Actress in a drama motion picture. Charlize Theron in Bombshell. Renee Zellweger in Judy. Cynthia Erivo in Harriet. Scarlett Johansson in Marriage Story. Saoirse Ronan in Little Woman. Here we fucking go again. I don't know. I never saw these nominees until I decided to make this video stupidly. Now I'm looking back. I don't know. I thought this was gonna be easy. This is not easy. I don't know. Scarlett Johansson. Fuck it. Scarlett Johansson. I predict will win. And that's who I want to win. Because that's the only movie that I saw here. Marriage Story is the only movie I saw that's nominated here. And we rewatched it so many times because I love Marriage Story. By the way, the reason I didn't give you a top movies list is because I haven't seen all the movies that I wanted to see in 2019 yet. So I'll give you a list when I've seen them. All the ones I wanted to see. So there you go. Actor in a drama motion picture. Jonathan Pryce in The Two Popes. Adam Driver in Marriage Story. Anthony Banderas in Pain and Glory. Joaquin Phoenix in The Joker. Christian Bale in Ford v Ferrari. Like, why am I even doing this? Why am I even here? I'm supposed to pick one of these motherfuckers. Why? I don't envy you, voters of the Golden Globes and all these shits, because all these, like, award shows, because this category is Joaquin, Christian, Antonio Banderas, Adam Driver. Like, four-way tie? Four-way tie. Four-way tie. No, seriously. You know what? I want Antonio Banderas to win just because he's the only one who's not white. There you go. There you go. That's my answer. Joaquin Phoenix is Puerto Rican technically, but he's also white technically, right? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between all of them because they're all great. And the only difference is everybody's white except Antonio Banderas. So there you go. I want him to win. You know what? I want him to win. I want anybody but Christian Bale to win just because I want to see Christian Bale's face when he's clapping for the actor who wins, because we all know he's going to be clapping. He's going to be so happy for whoever wins. And Jonathan Pryce, I don't care for him. So yeah, Antonio, Adam, or Joaquin. It would be great if Antonio Banderas won, only because I don't think he's ever won a Golden Globe. Or he hasn't in years, if he has won before. Next, actress in a drama TV series. Olivia Colman for The Crown, Jodie Comer for Killing Eve, Reese Witherspoon for The Morning Show, Nicole Kidman for Big Little Lies, Jennifer Aniston for The Morning Show. I'm not saying the nominees for The Morning Show aren't valid. I'm saying I'm not even discussing them because I didn't see The Morning Show. And once again, I'm not interested in seeing it. So it's between Jodie Comer, Nicole Kidman, and Olivia Colman. And Jodie Comer, I believe she won the Emmy for Killing Eve. I believe so. So she might win the Golden Globe for it. So that's my take, that I think she will win based on that. Not because I saw her performance, because I haven't seen Killing Eve. But if she doesn't win, that's the only reason I think she would, I would go with Nicole Kidman for Big Little Lies. Because once again, I haven't seen Olivia Colman in The Crown, and I don't care to, but it's Olivia Colman and she's great, so there you go. Actor in a drama TV series: Brian Cox in Succession, Billy Porter in Pose, Rami Malek in Mr. Robot, Tobias Menzies in The Crown, Kit Harington in Game of Thrones. I don't even know why he's there. I don't know why they nominated Jon Snow, but okay, this is hard. I want it to be Billy Porter or Rami Malek. Leading more towards Rami Malek because it was the last season of Mr. Robot and they might want to give it to him as like a goodbye thing. It's going to make me really sad when I see that if he wins, because it reminds me that Elliot is no more. Billy Porter won the Emmy, so it only makes sense that he'd win the Golden Globe. But he won the Emmy last year for the first season. This Golden Globe is representing the second season. So, yeah, I don't know. Once again, why am I making this video? Supporting actress in a motion picture: Annette Bening in The Report, Kathy Bates in Richard Jewell, Margot Robbie in Bombshell, Jennifer Lopez in Hustlers, Laura Dern in Marriage Story. I don't know why Annette Bening was nominated. Everybody else here makes sense. Annette Bening wasn't that good to me in The Report. I mean, not that she wasn't that good. She was good. She just wasn't that good to be nominated, is what I mean. But I appreciate you nominating her, so at least I can eliminate somebody. And it's not like it's 4 great people that I don't know who I would at least cancel out. But I'm canceling out Annette Bening. I didn't see Richard Jewell, but I mean, Kathy Bates I'm sure she was great. Margot Robbie, I've heard a lot of things that she was great in Bombshell. I haven't seen that yet. Jennifer Lopez was phenomenal in Hustlers. I've told you guys this. Laura Dern, phenomenal in Marriage Story. I've told you this. It would be great for Jennifer Lopez to win for Hustlers. They put her in supporting. Jennifer Lopez, that's interesting. It's interesting that they put her in supporting. I predict Margot Robbie and Jennifer Lopez. Drama motion picture: 1917 Joker, The Two Popes, The Irishman, Marriage Story. My favorite movie that's on this list is Marriage Story. So I want Marriage Story to win. I didn't see 1917 yet, so. You know how these award shows are with their war dramas, and it's like a big deal because it's shot and supposed to be looking like one take, and Roger Deakins, and they could do that. They could do the whole Scorsese movie. It has to be it. So they could go Irishman. So my thing is, what I want to win is Marriage Story. And I do feel Marriage Story has a chance to win. But I don't know what these people's mindsets are, whether just like the epic war film has to win, or the epic 3.5 hour long Scorsese gangster film has to win. So, there you go. That's how I feel about that. Actor in a musical or comedy: Michael Douglas again for The Kominsky Method. Should I watch this show? It keeps popping up in these award shows as nominations for stuff. Ben Platt in The Politician, Paul Rudd in Living with Yourself, Bill Hader in Barry, and Rami Youssef in Rami. I started watching Rami and then stopped. I think I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, oh, this is not for me. I couldn't connect to it for some reason. But Rami Youssef is very, very charming and handsome and clever. And I like his character in that film. Ben Platt, I didn't watch him in The Politician, but I'm sure this nomination is deserved. Paul Rudd, didn't see him in Living with Yourself, but I think I heard good things. And of course, Bill Hader is great. He's won in this category before. Now, who I want to win, I don't really care for if any of them win, so I don't really have any wants. So I'm just gonna say who I think would win based on who has won in the past, which is Bill Hader. I would pick him, or Michael Douglas because he keeps getting nominated. Or they might do the curveball and give it to Ben Platt because he's like the new kid who is the son. I was about to say the daughter, the son of producer Mark Platt. So they might do that. you know, and the politician, I guess it's that TV show, that teen show on Netflix where they sing. I've heard about it. I haven't seen it. Oh, they might give it to Paul Rudd because he's never won any of these things. So there you go. And Rami Youssef is not even a thought. I can't really speak on him because I'm not familiar with his work or himself. It's just really the 2 episodes of Rami that I saw. So I don't know. This whole video is a bunch of I don't know. Supporting actress in a series. Patricia Arquette for The Act, Toni Collette for Unbelievable, Meryl Streep for Big Little Lies, Emily Watson for Chernobyl, Helena Bonham Carter for The Crown. I don't know if you remember, I just put it out. Maybe some of you haven't seen it who's seen this one. But I said that Meryl Streep was going to take Laura Dern's spot for Big Little Lies nominations at the Emmys. She's already taken it for the Golden Globes. Laura Dern wasn't nominated for Big Little Lies in any of these categories. It's Nicole and Meryl. So I was right. Meryl kicked her out. Out of everybody I just named, my favorite performance in this category was Meryl Streep in Big Little Lies. I really don't like Patricia Arquette as an actress. I just don't like her. She's a big part of the reason why I didn't watch The Act. She's a big part of the reason why I never finished Escape from Dannemora. Ever since boyhood, I just don't like her acting style. I liked her a lot when I was younger, when she did True Romance. But nowadays, I just don't enjoy her performances. I just don't. She's off-putting somehow to me. Toni Collette, I absolutely love and adore, and I like this picture of her too. She's dope. I would love to see her win, but I think Meryl was better in Big Little Lies than she was in Unbelievable. I don't think Emily Watson would win for Chernobyl, and I didn't see Helena Bonham Carter in The Crown, so I can't speak on it. But yeah, my pick is Meryl, and I think Meryl will win. She wasn't even Meryl. I said it before. She wasn't Meryl. She was the rapist's mother. I took a break to eat my boiled eggs, and now the sun is... Where were we? And now's the time when they decide to vacuum the hallway on my floor. So, musical or comedy motion picture. Dolomite Is My Name, Rocket Man. And then you guys wonder why I don't make videos often. Because noise in my building, noise outside, and the sun. That's why. Are you done? Okay. Dolomite Is My Name, Rocket Man, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Knives Out, and Jojo Rabbit. I saw 3 of these. I really love Rocket Man. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood wasn't that funny. On the musical side of things, I choose Rocket Man. On the comedy side of things, I guess I choose Knives Out, even though I haven't seen it yet. My brother told me it's really funny. Knives Out. Tarantino's gonna be disappointed. Supporting actor in a series. Henry Winkler for Barry, Andrew Scott for Fleabag, Kieran Culkin for Succession, Alan Arkin for The Kaminsky Code, The Kaminsky Method, Stellan Skarsgård for Chernobyl. I want Kieran Culkin to win because I really like him in Succession. He was nominated before and lost, so he probably will again here. I don't want Alan Arkin to win. I don't want Henry Winkler to win. His name is such a tongue twister. I don't want him to win because he won already. He won last year or the year before. I don't remember. The first year Barry was nominated, he won. Andrew Scott was great in Fleabag. I wouldn't mind him winning. And Stellan Skarsgård was also great in Chernobyl, so I wouldn't mind him winning. So, there you go. I want Karen to win, but I wouldn't mind if Andrew Scott or Stellan Skarsgård won. But I would mind if Alan Arkin or Henry Winkler won. I hate his name. He is the Fonz. I would hate if the Fonz won, because he won already. I'm not calling him his real name anymore. Original score. I actually listened to all of these scores. I'm very proud of myself. I went out of my way to listen to them when I found out that they were nominated. 1917, Thomas Newman, Joker, Hilder, G, Motherless Brooklyn, Daniel Pemberton, Little Women, Alexander Desplat, Marriage Story, Randy Newman. Actually, I listened to Joker already before it was nominated because I loved it so much. But 1917, Motherless Brooklyn, and Little Women I listened to because I saw that they were nominated. Motherless Brooklyn, I listened to only the Daily Battles track from Tom York and from Winston Marsalis because I really like jazz music from Winston Marsalis. And earlier last year or middle of last year, he put out an album that I really liked that I listened to that I never spoke about because I never spoke about any music on YouTube last year except for Tyler's album, FKA Twigs' album, and Billie Eilish's album. Like, except for a few people, I didn't really talk about all the music that I listened to last year. But that jazz album was one of them that I listened to. So when I found out that he did the score, or at least did this jazz portion of Motherless Brooklyn, I listened to that track and I really love it. And I love the Tom York version. And I actually have that in my possession. So I went and listened to the whole thing from Motherless Brooklyn, and I really like it. It was really good. Little Women, the score for that is really nice. It's really pretty. It's very Christmassy. I can't see myself coming back to it though. The score in Marriage Story, I've said it before, it sounds like Toy Story because it is Randy Newman. And interesting enough, both of the Newman brothers are nominated here. Yeah, both of the Newman brothers are nominated here, so they're going up against each other, which is cute. But the Marriage Story score sounds like Toy Story, and I don't want it to win because of that mere fact. It sounds just like Toy Story. And if you tell me different, you're lying. I guess he figured, oh, here's another movie that has story in it. I'm going to make it sound like my last movie that I scored that had story in it. I love Alexander Desplat, but yeah, the Little Women score, I'm not really coming back to it. The Joker score is amazing and really original, so I really want that to win. I only like a couple tracks from the 1917 score. Yeah, like it's not as dramatic as like the Inception or Interstellar score, the Thin Line, the red Thin Line movie that Hans Zimmer scored. I can't remember it. That everybody copied, or like the score from the movie with Jared Leto and Marlon Wayans when they're on drugs, Requiem of a Dream. Yeah, like those movies, like it seems like it pulled from that, but it didn't quite hit it. I'm talking about the full score, not just like certain tracks, because there are certain tracks that stand out. Similar to Motherless Brooklyn, there are certain tracks that stand out. But as far as whole scores, the best one to me is Joker. 1917 is really good too, and Little Women has a type of Christmassy score that I feel like they will just give it to them because it's just like Alexander Desplat did it, and like we just like his style, I guess. So that's who I think they might give it to. But who I want to win is Joker, but they might give it to 1912 or Little Women. I don't think Marriage Story has a chance. I don't think it does because it just sounds like Toy Story, and I really hope I'm not the only one who thinks that, who feels that way. And Motherless Brooklyn is really great too, but it's all jazz, so I don't think they would give it to an all jazz. It would be great if they did, because I love jazz, but I don't think they will, because let's see if 2020 is about change. Who knows? Actress in a musical or comedy. Kristen Dunst for on Becoming a God in Central something. The title is cut off. I'm reading these from Google. Christina Applegate in Dead to Me. Rachel Brosnahan in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Natasha Lyonne for Russian Doll. Phoebe Waller-Bridge for Fleabag. I'm pretty sure Phoebe Waller-Bridge is gonna win because she won the Emmy, and she's the best one on here. Even though I only saw that and Mrs. Maisel, I didn't see Russian Doll, Dead to Me, or On Becoming a God. I heard Russian Doll was really good, but once again, don't care. Even if it is good, don't care. I don't have to watch everything that airs. I just don't have to, especially if I don't want to. Who's doing what they don't want to do in 2020? Not me. I only do what I want to do. Sorry. My bet is Phoebe. I would love to see Midge win. Rachel Brosnahan is Midge. I would love to see her win because I love her. But I also loved Phoebe Waller-Bridge in Fleabag. But I'm also mad at her because she ended Fleabag, so... And that's another reason why they might give it to her. Because she's finished, so... There you go. Actress in a miniseries or movie. I think it says movie. Title's blocked out. Helen Mirren in Catherine the Great. Michelle Williams in Fosse Verdon. Merritt Weaver in Unbelievable. Joey King in The Act. Caitlin Dever in Unbelievable. I made that face for Catherine the Great because I feel like that came out years ago. Or maybe it's something that sounds like something that came out years ago. I don't know. But I don't know how many times Helen Mirren is going to play a queen. Like, anyway, I don't care for her in this category. So we're just going to take her out. We're going to take Joey King out. Michelle Williams won the Emmy last year. So she might win the Golden Globe this year. I'm thinking she will because everybody else in this, though really good, I don't think they're winning over Michelle Williams. Merritt Weaver was great and Unbelievable. I feel like I'm imitating her right now with the way my poise is in this whole video. But I'm very relaxed in 2020, so I think it's because I've been drinking for the past week. And I have no energy. You decide. And Caitlin Dever was great too. But yeah, Michelle Williams is who I think is going to win. Next. Actor in a miniseries or motion picture. Russell Crowe in The Loudest Voice. Sacha Baron Cohen in The Spy. Christopher Abbott in Catch-22. Sam Rockwell in Fosse Verdon. Jared Harris in Chernobyl. I just started watching The Loudest Voice because I saw that it was nominated here and I was curious. Actually, I saw that it was nominated here and I was curious, so I decided to watch the trailer. And then in the trailer, I saw that this was about the guy who like created Fox News and made it be what it is. And I also saw Seth MacFarlane in the trailer. So you know what that meant. I cared because Seth MacFarlane was right there in the trailer, and I was like, oh, you're in this show? I guess I'm watching this show. Sacha Baron Cohen in The Spy. A friend of mine actually recommended that I watch The Spy, and I put it on my watch list for the longest time. This was in like October, and I haven't watched it. So that just shows you, even if someone recommends something to me, I will put it on my watch list, and it will just sit there, because if there's nothing pulling me to it, I'm not gonna watch it. And nothing pulled me to The Spy. Not even this nomination is pulling me to it. I still don't think I'm going to watch it. But you know what? Before Sunday, I'm going to watch the first episode of The Spy. Just to see. Just to see. Catch-22 is another one that my mother recommended that I watch last year. That I told her I was going to watch and never watched. Like Killing Eve. I told her I was going to watch it. I haven't. I'm just going to watch the first episode of all of these shows and see what happens. Fosse Verdon, I watched the first episode of that, or half of the first episode, and I checked out. But Sam Rockwell is great. Chernobyl. I want Chernobyl to win because it's the only show on here that I fully watched. There you go. I also want Russell Crowe and Sam Rockwell to win because I'm just a fan of them. So there you go. These are really just my thoughts. I'm calling it my prediction, but it's really my thoughts on these nominations. Original song. Stand Up from Harriet. Beautiful Ghost from I'm going to assume it says Cats, because I can't see the rest of this because I see Taylor Swift's name. Yeah, it's Cats. Spirit from the Lion King movie. Doesn't say that, but I know it's from the Lion King movie. I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocket Man. Into the Unknown from Frozen. I'll listen to all of these except two of them because they were nominated. The two that I already heard was Spirit from Lion King by Beyonce and I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Elton John for Rocket Man. I listened to those two already from when the movies came out. The other three I listened to just because they were nominated here and I wanted to know why they were nominated. I don't know why Beautiful Ghost was nominated. That song is terrible and Cats is terrible. Into the Unknown is really a really good song, especially the climax during the third act of the song. So that deserves to be here. Spirit, when I first heard it, it's not even like I can avoid the noise, you know, or I could film somewhere else in my apartment that's not noisy. That doesn't exist. I'm on the 19th floor. I have big ass windows. Like, they're colossal windows. they're gonna pick up the sound regardless. I can't do anything about it. When I first heard Spirit, I didn't like it. And I said to myself, maybe I'll enjoy it in the context of the film. And I did think it fit fine in the film. I did prefer the original music that took place in that scene that the song was in. But I thought, fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But I hated The Lion King, so. And that hurts me to say because The Lion King is my favorite animated film and my third favorite film of all time. Stand Up from Harriet. I didn't see Harriet yet, but the Stand Up song really deserves this nomination. It's not even like a song. It's like a prayer. It's like a hymn. It's like church. Just sounds like church. It's just very passionate, and it's the type of song that makes you want to cry. It's very anthem. So it definitely deserves this nomination. And Cynthia Erivo really sang her heart out. She belted out on that song. And it was just really just like holy. But the song on this list that I really want to win, that makes me actually like cry tears and makes me feel the most emotion, and that I absolutely adore, and that I have on my like in my music collection that I listen to on like repeatedly, is I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Elton John for Rocket Man. I love that song so much. So much. I love it. It just feels so good. It's so good. It just makes you feel so great about yourself, and it makes you feel redeemed. It's a redemption song, but it's bright and light and full of just, it's feathery. I love it, and I want that one to win. I think it has a really good chance of winning as well. I think the only thing on here that would beat it, obviously, would be the Disney song, because it's Disney and they ruin everything. And the Disney song is not the Beyonce song. That's no. It's the Into the Unknown Frozen song, obviously. So Taylor Swift is yet again gonna lose, but at least it's not to Adele this time. It's to Frozen. But it's interesting that her and Beyonce are head to head again. Like that one time they were head to head. Next we have foreign language film. Before I read off these nominees, I just want to say last year foreign films were probably the best I've ever experienced in any year of when I've started like really watching film, which started in 2012. So it hasn't been that long, but since then, best year so far that I've experienced for foreign film. So we have Portrait of a Lady on Fire, The Farewell, Les Miserables, Parasite, Pain and Glory. Every single movie on here is phenomenal. Every single movie on here is great. In the past, like literally last year or the year before, this category, whether it's for the Golden Globes or the Oscars, I've always had like one or two that I've either only seen or have only liked. So what does that mean? In the past, there have been 5 nominees, and I've either seen all 5 and only liked 2 or 1, or have only seen 2 or 1. I've seen 2 of these. I started Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I haven't finished it. I can't find Les Miserables yet, and Pain and Glory was playing in theaters when I didn't know it existed yet. I didn't know Pain and Glory existed until like October, November. And it wasn't playing in theaters anymore, and it's nowhere for streaming. I can't rent it, so I can't see it until it's released for streaming, and it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. But Portrait I've started. Farewell I love. Parasite I love. I really, really, really am conflicted here because every single one of these films deserves to win. Every single one of them. The Farewell, I'm a little on the fence with only because it's not really foreign to me. I don't want to say it's wholly American. It's not wholly American, but it's not wholly foreign. Maybe because Chinese people are all over the damn place and I hear Mandarin on the regular, living in New York City. Please stop with the noise. But the movie itself is spoken in both Mandarin and English. So it's kind of 50-50, I think. The lead character isn't great at English. Isn't great at Chinese. She understands some of it, most of it, just not all of it. And she speaks it well enough, but she speaks it with an American accent. So sometimes the way she pronounces words sounds off to a Mandarin spoken, like traditionally perfect speaking Chinese person. So it's not wholly foreign. It's half and half, just like the filmmaker, just like the lead character. So that's the only one I'm on the fence about. The rest of them are wholly French as far as Portrait, wholly Korean as far as Parasite, wholly Brazilian, some type of South American for Pain and Glory. I can't tell if it's South American or if it's wholly Spanish, because Antonio Banderas is from Spain, as is Penelope Cruz. So wholly, yeah, either way, it's wholly foreign. And Les Miserables also, like Portrait, is wholly French. So The Farewell is the only one on here. If it doesn't win, I'm like, I understand, because it's kind of American also. But my favorite on here is Parasite. I've kind of had like a Korean obsession in 2019 with BTS and Steve Yeun and Parasite. But I've always loved South Korean films and South Korean anything with, John Cho, and, watching The Host and watching Snowpiercer and watching The Handmaiden and, Train to Busan, and I love South Korea. Anyway, I want Parasite to win, and I think Parasite can win, or Portrait of a Lady on Fire, because they are the best ones on here, but also is Pain and Glory. Really, the only, dark horse is Les Miserables. That's the only one that if that won, I'll be like, oh shit. Oh shit. But this is really up in the air. Like, it's anybody's win for this. But my leadings are Parasite and Portrait. Screenplay of a motion picture. The Two Popes. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Parasite. The Irishman. And Marriage Story. I like how all of these except Parasite was written by one person. Parasite was written by two people. In addition to Bong Joon-ho, it was also written by someone named Han Jin-won or Han Jin-won. So I think Quentin Tarantino is going to be disappointed yet again because I don't think he's winning here. In the past, he's often been nominated and won for screenplay. It's the director that he's never won for that kind of irks him. If he loses this one, he's gonna be annoyed. And it's unfortunate because he is the only one who wrote a film aside from he and Parasite are the only ones that wrote a film that's not just dramatic, it's also fun, it's also funny. Parasite has its dramatic moments, but it has mostly comedic moments. Like, it's really just ridiculous when you really think about it. And it's fun. It's a fun time because you switch from which family you're rooting for when you watch that film. Like, during watching it, you're like, yo, whose side am I on right now? Like, I kind of feel bad now for this family that I didn't give a fuck about before. And now I've actually switched back to feeling bad for the original one. So you're kind of battling with yourself, and it's written that way exquisitely, I would say. So yeah, and then The Irishman is based on a book called I Hear You Used to Paint Houses, or I Hear You Paint Houses, which I just think is funny. I wish they had kept that title, but it's based on that book, so that's good. I mean, Noah Baumbach's Marriage Story is great too. It's just a great year, 2019. It was such a great year. The Two Popes, I don't know why that's here. Really? Out of all the films, that's what you put here? The Two Popes? That's the only thing that's here that I feel like something else could have been there. But alright. I want Parasite to win, or Marriage Story. I want Parasite or Marriage Story to win. Now, who do I think will win? The Irishman. And you know why. Not because I think it's the best one on here, or because it's the best one on here. It's because it's the longest. It's the one based on a book. It's like Scorsese's movie. These are the reasons why I don't really think. I disagree if it wins. Miniseries or TV movie. TV is obsolete. I watched TV 3 times in 2019. For the Oscars, for the Emmys, and the last 5 minutes of watching the ball drop where I saw BTS on the TV and I didn't know that they were going to be in Times Square. And I freaked the fuck out and lost my mind and started crying because I'm 2 blocks away from Times Square. And if I had known that they were going to be there, I would have been there. Instead of not there. So they were near me in real life. And I could have been near them in real life, and I wasn't. And it broke my heart, and I cried. I'm dead serious. I bawled. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, I only watched TV 3 times last year. Chernobyl, Unbelievable, Catch-22, The Loudest Voice, Fosse Vernon. Fosse Vernon needs to go away now. Like, it's so old now to me. Like, it came out forever ago. The best one on here is Chernobyl, and I want Chernobyl to win. I don't have anything else to say about this category. Director of a motion picture, Quentin Tarantino, Todd Phillips for Joker, Bong Joon-ho, Martin Scorsese, Sam Mendes for 1917. Notice how I said the movies for the directors that might seem like you don't know what the movie is, and then they did that on purpose. You know who Quentin and Martin and Bong Joon-ho, you know what movies they're nominated for. So who's did the best directing here? Parasite, Bong Joon-ho. I'm so happy he was nominated. You have no idea. He's the only non-white, non-American. He is still a man. No women were nominated, but still, it's nice to see some difference. I'm proud of Sam Mendes. I don't want Scorsese to win, but he might. I really don't want him to win. I really don't. I don't want Quentin Tarantino to win either, because he directed those women to put their fucking feet next to the screen, like half the frame. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Todd Phillips was great. He did a great job with Joaquin. But Joaquin does great no matter who's directing him. Is it really that Todd Phillips that did that? I don't think so. Yeah, Bong Joon-ho. I want Bong Joon-ho to win. Scorsese didn't have to do much. You have Pesci, Pacino, and De Niro. You don't really, I don't, Bong Joon-ho. Obviously, he's not going to win because he's Korean and not white, so. Musical or comedy TV series. Fleabag, The Kominsky Method, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Barry, The Politician. Fleabag, that's who I think will win. And I want it to win, or Mrs. Maisel, but it's probably going to be Fleabag. Animated feature film. Missing Link, Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, How to Train Your Dragon, The Lion King. Why the fuck is The Lion King on here? Isn't it considered a live action? Why is it an animated? Then you're going to call it a remake, because the first one was animated. If this is also animated, you made the same shit and made it worse. Why the fuck is it in here? It's not animated. And if it's animated, then it's a remake, not a live action version. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I never thought I would feel this way about Lion King, because I love Lion King. But it's not even the movie that I'm mad at. It's Disney. And they're fuckery. And they're nominated 3 times in this category with Toy Story and Frozen. Jesus. I didn't see Missing Link yet. It's on my list. I don't care to see How to Train Your Dragon, but my brother said that it was pretty good. Frozen 2 I haven't seen yet. My brother said it was pretty good. It can't be worse than the first one. I hated the first one. I didn't hate it, actually. I just didn't think it was as great as people make it seem like it is. Like, I think it's overrated. Toy Story 4 was amazing. I really want Toy Story 4 to win. I love Toy Story 4. If you've read my review on Letterboxd about Toy Story 4, I said that I'm not mad at it. I just wish they stopped at 3, because I didn't think that it could get sadder. But it got sadder. So that's the only gripe I have with Toy Story 4, is that it's just sadder than 3 somehow. So yeah, Toy Story 4, and that's the last thing on here. I'm sure there's other nominations, but these are the big ones, so that's the only ones that I wanted to talk about. I don't like ending my videos, so I'm just gonna stop talking.